What is up, you all? We're back with another Scream 7 video, and today we're going to be talking about some possible plot details and what we can expect to happen in this 7th installment in the Scream franchise. But before we get into it, definitely smash the like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So starting off, I want to talk about Stu Macher and his role. So a lot of people in the community have been thinking that Stu Macher is going to return as him still being alive. Now, I will say this, I will definitely entertain it, because out of Roman and Stu returning, I think the one that's likely to be alive is Stu Macher, because we saw Roman get popped right in the head, and there's no way that you can really, you know, get past a headshot. I mean, I've heard a crazy theory out there being that since he was in the film business, that he could have somehow made that situation twisted. But with Dewey being a sheriff and holding that pistol, I'm pretty sure he would have knew a fake gun from a real gun. Now, pushing forward with Stu Macher, I will say, I think, you know, it's a possibility that he can be alive, but with me, I'm still sticking to the Maureen Prescott opening kill scene with Stu Macher, Billy Loomis, and Roman. And I think somehow we're going to get some flashbacks with Stu Macher, and we're going to talk a little bit more about some more details later in this video. But, I mean, he did get a heavy-ass TV dropped on his head. Now, we did hear once he gets the TV dropped on his head, he takes his last breath. Now, I do want to say this. I think that he could survive that. It all depends on the whole situation that we seen and how they wanted it to play out after the events of Scream. But I do think that it was a tough situation for Stu Macher. We saw him get electrocuted. It's a lot of details out there and confirmed facts where basically if you get electrocuted by a TV, you're not likely to die. You might be hurting bad and get some things that can adjust your body in a bad way, but you don't immediately just die of being electrocuted by a TV. Yes, it hurts, but it doesn't mean he's cementally dead. Now, I will say this. Once again, we heard rumors about escaped mental patient with Scream 7's plot. Now, a lot of people in the community have been guessing that maybe it's Stu Macher that's an escaped mental patient, which is a possibility, but something just tells me that I don't think him being an escaped mental patient will be something where it makes the story a little better on Stu Macher's end or anything. I think it'll be better if he returns back as like the Ghostface cult leader or something like that. I don't think that it's something where he's been locked away. And I mean, Dewey did say he was a real, you know, loony person, but I don't think that it's going to be something where it's him escaping and he's going after Sydney. I think that's too obvious. But I will say this, I think that it's going to be just a flashback scene with Stu Macher helping Roman and Billy take out Sydney Prescott's mother, Maureen Prescott. I mean, that's the most theory that makes sense. And it also is another theory I want to talk about out there that's batshit crazy. But moving forward, I think it could be something that's tied into that Richie type of twist that happened at the end of Scream 6 also, where he can get put out there and, you know, some tapes or some footage from the first situation in Scream where it was recorded and is being used to actually taunt Sydney Prescott and kind of let her know that her past is still haunting her, being Stu Macher and Billy and Roman. I think it could be something like that also. And it happened in Scream 3 also, Maureen Prescott. I think something like that can also happen with Roman returning and also Stu Macher. We saw a recent interview with Scott Foley saying that he's not going to have a big role for real in Scream 7, which makes sense. I think an opening kill is not a crazy role. It's like a role that's going to happen and then it's over with. So basically just saying his role is going to be very small, which is believable after everything we just found out about the recent cast announcements with Scream 7. Now, pushing forward, I want to talk about this crazy theory that I just have to bring to you all. What if, hear me out, we know that Maureen Prescott was the first death technically in the Scream franchise, being Sydney's mother, and we're hearing about Stu Macher, Roman, and Billy Loomis taking her out and everything because of the situations with Billy's mom and Roman being abandoned. But what if she actually ended up working with them? Where it's something that she actually is the Ghostface cult leader. The whole time people are speculating that it's Stu Macher. Maybe it's Sydney's mother. Maybe Sydney's mother, she is actually the one who orchestrated all the Ghostface killings and the situations. She's behind everything, being that she was a failed actress and she wanted fame. So if she faked her death, right, and she orchestrated all the situations from the previous Scream movies and things like that, it leaves her daughter to have fame on her name and still keep Maureen Prescott relevant. I was thinking like that would be crazy as hell. Like imagine that. And that's literally going back all the way to the first Scream. But the whole time we thought Maureen Prescott was dead. The whole time she's behind the scenes. That's the leader of the Ghostface cult, an old lady, you all. And one thing I do want to say is we haven't got the character Maureen Prescott confirmed yet, but if she does, it definitely gives us a possibility to have that opening kill confirmed and her being potentially behind all the Ghostface murders and just being a leader of everything. Now we know that Kevin Williamson actually is a fan of the Ghostface cult idea, and we've seen through previous Scream movies, being 6 and 5, from Amber saying she was radicalized. From Scream 6, we're seeing the Shrine of Ghostface previous evidence collectibles. I think that it's a possibility. I know it sounds crazy, but the things that people will do for fame. I mean, look at Jill in Scream 4. She went to the edge of all the situations in Scream 4 to make it seem like, you know, she was not a Ghostface, but still get the fame as her being the new final girl over Sidney Prescott. It can definitely be something like that. And I could say this too. I think that Scream 7 is going to mirror a lot of things in Scream 4 and 3. Because when you think about it, Scream 1 was technically Scream 5. Scream 2 was technically Scream 6. And Scream 3 is going to technically be Scream 7. But, I mean, if they're mirroring any Scream movie, it'll definitely be 3. Especially because Scott Foley is back. So it makes me even think that this is confirmed even more. Now, I'm pushing for something else that I think will be crazy if Leslie Macher returns and the revenge aspect of her brother Stu Macher, and she is Ghostface. We have a new actor signed on, being Anna Camp. The moment I seen her signed on, it screamed, no pun intended, that she was going to be Leslie Macher. But I can be wrong. I think it will be crazy if the whole time Leslie Macher was behind everything. Also, her being a Ghostface cult leader could be crazy too, where she's behind the scenes the whole time. And it kind of really started when she lost her son in Scream 5, being Vincent. Now, I think pushing forward with her being Ghostface, it can be something where she actually is going after Sidney's daughter, being Isabel May, starting off the film, because she feels that if Sidney's, you know, dead and she would have died in the earlier Scream films and situations, that she would still have her son. So with her losing her son in Scream 5, I think it can definitely make her have some type of situation with Sidney's daughter trying to hurt her, threaten her, and kind of tail her through the film. And we get the reveal that it's Leslie Macher, and her whole motive is that she feels that Sidney is responsible for her losing her son and her brother Stu Macher. And I think that actually is a good Ghostface reveal, especially because they're both mothers and they're sharing that feud between each other. So I think that can definitely be a crazy Ghostface reveal. I will say, out of all the theories that I just pulled up to you all, I think the Leslie Macher one is the most likely one to happen. I mean, Maureen Prescott is batshit crazy, but it could be something that is fluid and works on screen. Now, pushing forward, and to make it even crazier, it's also a theory that Leslie Macher could have been one of the Ghostface that was helping Roman do everything he did in Scream 3, because people feel that basically what Roman did in Scream 3 was a little bit too much for one person to do, which I agree with. That would be so cool to get a flashback along with the Maureen Prescott kill flashback, where we see that Leslie Macher was in the back of everything the whole time, being the situation with Roman and, you know, everything with him doing things, being a Ghostface. I think that will make sense. And it will be even crazier if, you know, like Dewey said, Stu Macher, he's a real loony, right? So what if the sister is loony also? Instead of us giving, like, you know, basically giving us Stu Macher being back and all this explanation on how he survived, what about if we put that loony energy into his sister, Leslie Macher, and that's what gives us that Stu Macher energy on screen? I mean, he still returns through cameos and flashbacks and whatever they decide to do, or videotapes AI, voice modulator, any type of way, but we still put that Stu Macher energy in Leslie Macher. Maybe their whole family was kind of loony at a point. Now, I think that that will definitely make sense, especially if Leslie Macher is behind everything, being that she's the Ghostface cult leader. Remember, once again, Amber said she was radicalized. Amber had obtained the Macher house. So what if it's something that was not even Stu the whole time? It was Leslie Macher that was seeking revenge and basically sicking all these Ghostface on Maureen Prescott to make her life a living hell. I think that will absolutely be crazy and make the most sense when it comes to a Ghostface reveal played by Anna Camp. I think it makes sense. But I will say this, we have heard things with Jasmine Savoy Brown behind the scenes talking about Yellow Jacket. She definitely brought up Scream 7, basically touching on things, saying she loves hanging out with the cast and crew. And Kevin Williamson said that Mindy's his favorite character, and she's so happy to be a part of this. Overall, I'm going to be honest, I love Mindy's character. I think she's not going to make it in this one. Something tells me that she's going to bite the dust in this one, and she's not going to survive to the very end. Chad, maybe, just because we're actually predicting him to get killed off since he's a pincushion through the Scream franchise, but I actually think it's going to hurt him hard when Mindy ends up dying. Also, I think that Courtney Cox as Gail Weathers can finally get her karma, and she's going to get took out. I think it's going to be something where she actually gets, you know, her karma and her past comes to haunt her with her writing all these books and just being on set with situations with Scream and her just being greedy. I think it's going to get her caught up. And think about it. It has to be a way to get Maureen Prescott out of retirement, being that maybe Gail Weathers get killed and then bring Sydney out to kind of seek revenge on her killer, or her husband gets killed, or like I said, Leslie Macher is coming after Sydney's daughter due to her losing family members, and that's what actually gets her out of retirement, knowing that she's a Macher and Machers are loony. I think it'll be crazy. Comment down below what you guys think about this Scream 7 theory, and do you think this could potentially happen? Which theory you think could potentially happen? And do you believe the rumors that are out there? Comment down below. I'm thinking about doing a Scream 7 stream here soon. Comment down below if you want that also. But unfortunately, this is the end of the video. I want you all to hit me up on all my social medias at ILIKESCARY, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.